I'm Jen.
And I'm Craig.
And this is the Long Lost Knot Project.
No, we're not lost. This has been really busy.
Well, it's been...
Not that anybody who's watching this knows anything about that.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
He said sarcastically.
We kind of had a summer of chaos. As you know, many of you were so gracious and encouraging when Craig was in the hospital last month. And I feel like we're kind of still recovering from that. We had just a lot of unexpected things happen this summer that we hadn't prepared for. So what we knew was going to happen, we knew we were going to get a new puppy for our daughter. We knew we were going to do some kitchen renovation stuff. What we didn't know is that Craig would gain 60 pounds in water weight and spend a week in the hospital. And just a lot of, we didn't know that I was going to get a new job, for sure. And all of that kind of just happened at once. And so we kind of feel like a little bit restless. How else would you describe how we feel?
Frantic. Chaotic.
Yeah, frantic.
Frazzled.
Yeah, every day is a new day, for sure. And we're not quite sure how to live like that. I mean, I feel like we're really living each day trying to just submit it to Jesus because it's so far out of our control.
Right.
So, you want to talk about our walk yesterday?
So we went on a walk yesterday. It was really, really nice.
It was only 92.
Yeah, it was actually pleasantly cool for Austin at this time of year. One of the things that we've been talking about recently is just reconnecting and helping, allowing God to remind us to help each other to fill each other's cup. And specifically yesterday, Jen was running errands with the girls quite a bit. So I took the opportunity to kind of pour into her some of her love languages. One of them is act of service.
He did all the laundry.
Well, not all of it, but
a lot of it.
I don't understand why someone needs to have 3 towels at the same time, but apparently teenage girls do.
Can anyone resonate with that? I don't know. Yeah.
If you have any tips for that, please forward them on. Yeah. But just doing stuff around the house and kind of helping, knowing that she wouldn't have to worry about that. And then last night after dinner, we both, you guys have noticed we have Apple Watches, and Jen and I are very competitive, and we feel that this compulsive need
to close your rings.
To close your rings. So good excuse to go out last night and spend some time with one another and take a walk. But during that, we had a really good conversation, and that pours into another one of Jennifer's love languages, which is quality time.
Yeah.
So,
we could have gone for 3, and you could have held my hand on the walk, and then that would have gotten the physical touch one too.
Yeah, but then where can we go from there?
Only down. Right?
Yeah. So you gotta leave space for growth.
So in that time, and what was also really awesome about that is that when we had gone for our anniversary trip to San Antonio, one of the things I mentioned was I'd really love to start taking walks at the end of the day to kind of reconnect, and he remembered that, and then he was the one that pursued me. And I don't know about you guys, but for me as a woman, and especially after being married for 18 years, it's awesome to still feel like my spouse is pursuing me. So husbands, wives, I think that there is something to be said for still remembering, what it's like to ask your spouse out on a date and to be intentional in asking them to hang out with you. And so anyway, on the walk, one of the things we talked a lot about, frivolous stuff like cars. Who really cares? But he cares. So I listened. That was my gift to you, babe. I literally learned about the whole history of cars and how Henry Ford was in business with the Dodge brothers, and it's all crazy. See, I listened. Isn't that good? Yeah. So reset was one of the things that we talked about. How can we reset and be intentional really on a daily basis in small ways, but also weekly, really connect on a deeper level. And so one of the things when I was praying, I kept hearing the word focus. I think we talk a lot about priorities, and we hear priorities and the word just kind of flies out of our head because we think, well, I've been there, done that. But what we really want to challenge you guys this week is to think about what you can focus on in your marriage. And you guys can do this in many ways. You may pick up one thing that you both agree on that you want to focus on in your marriage to make it better. Like one thing that you can do to make your marriage better. And or sometimes you're just going to be in different places and you have different ideas of what can make your marriage better. And sometimes marriage may be really hard and you can't agree on the one thing that will make your marriage better. So individually, you can just pick something and that you feel like at North Point, that's my new job is I'm a small group coordinator. And we talk about spiritual growth. It's just taking the next step forward. Like it doesn't have to be a giant leap. It doesn't mean you have to, it's a mile down the road. Like what's the one step that you can take to make it spiritual growth a little bit better, a little bit deeper? And I think you can apply that to your own marriage.
Yeah, it's a really good point. I mean, it doesn't have to be this grand gesture. It doesn't have to be this major quantum leap forward. But incremental change over time has a tremendous impact. And the small decisions that we choose to make on a daily basis course correct our lives in ways, or it could potentially spiral them out of control. And the good part of it is that it doesn't take a whole lot to make it positive. But there again, because it's incremental, if you're going negative, it's often hard to see it spiral out of control until you feel completely out of control. So I think part of what Jen is saying, and I agree with her, is that it takes daily communication and being in sync with your spouse and being in sync with your partner, and that to like check in and like we owe that to each other. Like if I feel like she's kind of going left, then I need to say, look,
it happens.
Yeah, and vice versa. Like just before this video, like she was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "No, I'm really kind of anxious and like I don't know what's going on. I just felt really unsettled." And so as we were praying before this, she recognized obviously that I'm not in a good place, and then she asked, "Hey, what can I do?" And we just prayed, and like that was just a small thing, but it has such a huge impact. So like just keep in mind, it doesn't have to be like this huge grand thing. Just small incremental changes in the right direction.
Yeah. It's kind of like instead of redoing the entire bathroom and putting new towels and new faucets and new light fixtures, you just go to Target and buy a new hand towel. Like something as easy as that, right? Like just a small kind of thing that, because I think sometimes we think, there's so much wrong in our marriage, there's so many things to fix that we get overwhelmed and then we don't do anything. So know that your marriage is in Jesus' hands, and if you feel like you've taken your marriage back out of Jesus' hands, one of your small things might be, okay, Jesus, you're in charge of this marriage, not me. Mm-hmm. And all I can do is be obedient to what you're asking me to do, and then trust that you're going to do the rest. Yeah,
that's good.
So
we're back. And it's been a few months.
Y'all can just pray that we can stay back.
I mean, we really want to be better about the videos and posting and things like that. But
life happens.
Yeah.
And we're authentic. We're not gonna make something up if we can't.
Yeah. So
anyway, good to see y'all.
It's real.
Y'all have a great week, and pick your focus. We would be really excited to hear what you pick.
Yeah, so put it in the comments, put it in Facebook, whatever medium you choose.
Yeah, but most important, communicate it with your spouse.
Right.
All right, y'all have a good week.
Talk to you later.